ti pa mí lọ́kọ o. Ìjọba Kwara àwọn DSS gbébọn fáwọn méjì aláwọn gbàbọ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọdẹ Yorùbá. Wọ́n ti pọkọ mi o. Wọ́n ti pọkọ mi, ọkọ mi lọ lé ni o. Ọkọ mi bọ̀ wá lé ni o. Ọkọ mi dẹ́kẹrẹ ajé wọ́n fọ́ gíláàsì mọ́tò, wọ́n pa àbúrò, wọ́n pa ẹ̀gbọ́n. Wọ́n tún pọkọ àbúrò.
Nigeria will only survive if Tinubu approves state police. Because if he doesn't, it's just a matter of time. Everybody will begin to buy weapons. Because there's a limit people can be pushed to. Good morning, Ekaro, Ututuoma, and Akwanunku. If you're just joining us, Kwara is on flames. When I mean Kwara, I mean the Kwara North, which is Yoruba dominated, and of course, some part of Kwara South are currently being invaded, as you all might be aware that some Bororos, because this is what the Yorubas in Kwara call the Fulani bandits. These boys are hell-bent on taking all these Yoruba-dominated villages, territories, before 2026, that they all must be Fulanized by kidnapping the male child, by kidnapping the youth, and the government of the day, the governor of Ilorin, the local government chairman, every one of them seems not to be helping in this matter. Now, let me quickly show you what is going on in Kwara State. On my screen over there, you will see the map. In that map, all right, Ilorin shares a border with the northern Benin Republic. Now, within Benin Republic, there is a lake called Kainji Lake. That Kainji Lake extends into Ilorin, and we know that this Kainji Lake also extends into Niger State. All right, the only Yoruba speaking territory in the northern Kwara, which is the Edu, Okedu, right, as it is properly pronounced in Yoruba, is currently under siege because that territory has a water resource. Okay, it has a water resource, but for many weeks now, this Yoruba youth who have been crying to the social media, crying to the government, and somehow the NSA seems to be helpless. That is New Rubadu. They have been saying that government of Nigeria must stop killing us. The Bororos are taking over the Yoruba lands, changing the names of the streets to Fulani names, to Muslim names, even though these people who live in this territory are largely Muslims. But what we are seeing is beyond religious conquest. What we are seeing is total ethnic cleansing, and what touches the nose eventually will touch the eye. Why I am so worried is because these territories are just about 50 to 100 kilometers away from my own village in Oyo State, Shaki to be specific. And when they overrun all these places, I know the next target will be my village. Will, of course, from there it will be Osun. From there it will be Ogun State. From there, eventually it will be a Lagos State. What do we have? Tinubu right now has vowed to the Yoruba people that no Yoruba land will be taken over, will be usurped, or will be land grabbed by the Bororos. I laugh because the reaction, the body language, and how far these Bororos have gone in these territories that I am talking about is way overwhelming. Just yesterday, over 300 to 400 bikes were captured on CCTV. Why they were going en masse to invade that territory. Please, what will these unharmed indigenes and citizens do? What can they do other than to be at the mercy of the Bororos, these Fulani bandits? In case you don't know what I'm talking about when I call Bororos, this is what these Kwara people are calling them. And quickly, let us listen to them, having suffered the attack of 300 bikes, that will continue our analysis.
Ìjọba Kwara àwọn DSS gbébọn fáwọn méjì aláwọn gbàbọ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọdẹ Yorùbá.
Welcome back. That is them there. Can you see that woman? That woman shedding bloody tears. I couldn't show you because that content is too graphic. I just need to show you about 5 to 10 seconds glimpse of that. Our husband, our sons, our daughters, all of them have been unalive. And this is a country that we are expected to be patriotic. This is a country that the DSS are going out there to start catching, arresting content creators because they have dared to expose the wrath going on in this evil contraption. I have been getting so many messages that guy, DSS will pick you up. This, that. If because I am saying the truth, if because I am here speaking what the fact is, then so be it. They will pick us, they will leave us. Because the problem is, if Nigeria is not under siege, we wouldn't have a context to speak about. All these things we are talking about are not false. And the point that people will be threatening content creators who are trying to push the narrative of the insecurity, wherein some people who see themselves as superior to every other ethnicity. If you go to the east, it is still the same issue. If you go to the south, you'll be hearing Fulani elders. You in Bayelsa, you'll be imagining how does a Fulani elder live all the way from northern Nigeria, trek down to Bayelsa, and be threatening people in their farmlands. Now we have it in Pategi, in Omuaron, in Okiedu, all these places that are forests, sacred lands, Yoruba lands, where people have been living for years at peace with their neighbors. But here they are, kidnapping people, asking them to pay 20 million. If you cannot pay it, they will turn your daughters to sex slaves. They'll turn your guys, they'll forcefully convert them to terrorists. If you are not converting, you are not yielding, they will buy you. And yet, we are expected to keep quiet. No, we are not. Because how come people will be on bikes, 300 to 400 of them, and we do not have area surveillance? Though I have seen a memo released by, I think, Zagazola, that the Nigerian Air Force have bombed so many of these bandits. The point is, we don't just need we don't just want reactionary response. We want proactive security measures, and the best proactive measures that can be instigated, that can be institutionalized by this Tinubu administration is to look right now as a matter of urgency what we call right to own guns, or you push state police. Because I know that these Yoruba boys, Yoruba speaking boys, who are of the Oyo ancestry, of the Yoruba heritage, Oyo heritage, most of them are linked to Oyo. Okay? Most of them. When they speak the Oyo Yoruba. Alright? Most of these boys I know who are of age, if we today have what we call state police and they know they can wield AK-47, most of them will join the state police in that Okiedu, in Kwara South, in Kwara North, and they will protect their ancestral land. We wouldn't have Bororos coming through the northern Benin Republic, coming through the Niger, and the Niger people will not do anything to stop them because they too cannot wield weapons. We must at this point begin to push for state policing. The people who are protesting in Kwara, the governor of Kwara State, Abdul Karim or Abdul Rahman, who at one point was given the best governor, you must begin to speak that you need state police. Because if you do not, all these people will be wiped out and there's absolutely nothing someone like me will do. Nothing. I will only continue to cry and shout on social media. But that's not enough. It shouldn't be until they come to Lagos before Tinubu will say that, okay, state police. No. Because if Tinubu fails the Kwara people, it will be the turn of the Oyo people. Because and the Oyo people will fail, regardless of whether the Amotekuns are there or not. Because the Amotekuns who today are crying that they have not been made permanent staff, they've not even received letters of appointment. Most of them, what they are running with is just a pump action. When the bandits are with AK rifles, automatic rifles, how are they supposed to confront this bandits, the Boros, who will be charging they'll be charging at you like what's it called? Like a crusade. They come in hundreds. Even the Nigerian army, who are so trained, sometimes are caught unawares. Then you expect people, civilians who are unharmed with anything, who are exposed not to cry, not to be unalive, not to be wiped out? Is this a nation? Is there anything at that now that will justify not to have state policing institutionalized? Is there anything in this country now that any politician will be saying that state police will no? It is anybody standing against state police is behind this banditry. I repeat, any politician, because the last time there was a northern Plateau representative who came out who said no, Nigeria is not okay. Nigeria is not ripe for state police. However, all Nigerian states, Christians, Yoruba states, are ripe to be overrun by Bororos. Is that his argument? If DSS will arrest anybody, that it should be that House of Rep. It should be that House of Rep. Because if that House of Rep will always pontificate, create every manner of fear-mongering in adopting the solution Nigeria needs today, which is proper restructuring of the Nigerian security architecture, decentralizing it. We cannot continue to live under the fear of Bororos, of Fulani bandits, because the whole of the country now is under the fear of these bandits. These bandits now, they come in multitude. They even call their brothers from only God knows where. Mali, Niger. They call them, they commit all manners of atrocities. And here we are, the Nigerian government will always be reactionary. Haven't killed so many people, they'll tell us, oh, we have been able to successfully bomb 11 bandits. Abba, out of 400 bandits that went to a village, how many people even did village? One bandit to take a 47 can literally take down 100 people in 5 minutes. So imagine you have, if one can take 100, and you have, in that village, you have 5,000 people. That means 100 people will conveniently take down 10,000. 100 of those bandits can wipe everybody out. As long as they have the AK-47 and bullets. Shana Otumapo won't guide you. Nothing. They will kidnap and they will go scot-free. What we need is not even the area surveillance. I repeat, what we need in Nigeria is not the Nigerian Air Force bombing these bandits, because it is apparent that they alone cannot solve this problem. What we need in the country is not the Nigerian military responding alone. What we need is state police. Immediately, what we need is state police. If the Nigerian government under Tinubu, who has vowed that no Yoruba conclave territory will be lost any further to the Bororos, then he, as a matter of urgency, must issue an executive order for state police to be created. For those who do not want it can exempt themselves. For those who want the state police, there need to be a policy out there. The governors will still be subjected, okay, to the federal police. Anybody who abuses it will, of course, will be fined, or whatever the case is. They will give them a minimum standard and a standard that must never be undermined. Because it doesn't make any sense anymore that we call ourselves a sovereign state and people will just come from Northern Republic, they will come from all through the Lake Chad, into the Kainji Dam, they will be hibernating there, and we say we have hibernating there. God. This is unacceptable. I am equally scared because I know, that what concerns Taiwo will eventually concern Kehinde. And that's just a fact. If you are in Ekiti, if you take a look at that map, you will see that you are not far. If you are living in Ekpoma, if you are living in Bini, if you look at that map, you see that you are not far. You are living in Auchi, Uromi. Take a look at the map. You see that these places are not far. All they need is go through the forest and they link it up. A state police is what will push back this terror. Only state police. Without state police, there is nothing Nigeria will do. These people will overrun this country. Without state police being approved immediately as we speak, so that the real owners of the land, the children of the soil, will be the one in charge of their security. Because in one of those videos, the man said that we cannot be attacked by Bororos, and you are sending Bororos to come and protect us. That it doesn't work. Do you know what that means? It simply means that the people attacking them are Fulani bandits, and the soldiers they are sending to them are largely Fulanis. Now, how would that work? That when a Fulani army finds out that the person, the assailant, is his brother, at best he will tell the brother, oh yeah, take what you can take and go. Or he will tell them, oh yeah, don't take anything, just leave. Instead of them to attack them, they will create way for them to go. So these things that we have here is Nigeria will only survive if Tinubu wants it to survive by approving state police. Because if it doesn't, it's just a matter of time. Everybody will begin to buy weapons. Because there's a limit people can be pushed to. When you push people, keep pushing them, it will get to a point they will all get tired and they'll take a look at themselves that a man only die once, and they begin to break the law. That's not the truth. Because people cannot be helpless in their own homes, in a place that ancestrally belongs to them, and invaders come to overrun them, overpower them, and wipe them out. No. These were the things that led to the Sunday Igboho, outcry, the campaign, the cavalries of Igboho. These are the things that Buhari did. He did everything to silence Igboho. Why? Because Igboho's town in Oyo State, Igbeti, Fiditi, Shaki, Iseyin, all these places were under the crusade. In fact, under the invasion of Fulani as at there. But when Igboho rose up with guns, with people financing him, he was able to push back. But at the end of the day, instead of Buhari to call Igboho for a sit down, that why are you leading this? Is it true? Instead of them to go and investigate, okay, that is true. And instead of them to work with Igboho, that okay, Igboho, you know this place, you grew up here, you know all the villages, you know all the nooks and crannies of the forest. Let us enroll you into maybe something like the civilian JTF, or let us just call it state police. Because imagine we had a state police, a Sunday Igboho would be a commander. Yes. Forget the fact that maybe he doesn't speak good English. He knows what he's doing. The man is brilliant. And he, as a matter of what we call preservation, he loves his people. He will not allow external forces to come and erode them. He would never. So in the issue of state police, it is not about your education. You will see a hunter who knows all the forest becoming a commander. And he will be properly profiled so that he won't be able to do anything. His family, everything will be profiled. So anytime he goes rogue, they pick his family members, they go after him. Because he'll be well paid, he wouldn't have a need. The only thing he knows and he loves is, let me protect my people. And this is the only way Nigeria can move forward. But I don't know the problem why people will be telling us that it is always we coming to the social media, carrying placard, they kill us, so Fulani bandits have taken. Why it? God. Just God. For how long are we going to continue this nonsense? For how long, as a people, will we continue to shed blood and tears, bury our wives, our women, our mothers, our daughters, our sons, our brothers, because they were helpless, because the Nigerian government has betrayed them? A simple bill, state police, when you talk about this, millions, people in their millions are being killed. They tell us, oh, the government want to abuse the power. No government can abuse any power. No government. They will use it to intimidate. No, these are excuses coming from the pit of deception from the north. If you're not joining, please kindly like, subscribe, and share. Bye for now.